Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike. Today we are going to be playing with some single shadows again. Today I'm kicking off single shadow week by creating some fantasy eyeshadow palettes again. So I've got a couple of pictures that I'm going to be using as inspiration to select from all of these singles to create some custom color stories to go in here. Just to have a bit of fun. I did this a few months ago, I think at the start of the year, and a lot of you seem to like it, so that's why we are going to be doing that. And I thought this could be a great way to kick it off, because this way you get a feel for all of the palettes I have here, and then I definitely want to go over some of these in the next couple of days. So there's going to be a video every single day all about single shadows, and we're gonna end the week on Sunday with a full collection. And since I have too many to swatch everything in one video, I want to make sure I have some dedicated videos up by that time. So let's have some fun. So I'll make sure to pop the pictures up on the screen. The pictures that I'm showing you as inspiration, there's 4 of them. I think that's enough. I think I did 4 in the other one too. And they're all pictures that I took in the course of the past couple of years of the sky, because I really like how the color of the sky changes when it's like sunsets, sunrise even. So I've got a couple here, and this first one that's popping up right now has this lovely like dark navy into indigo purple to like pink, and then that super bright pop of yellowish white in the right hand corner. And I just think that this is a lovely picture that I took, and someone already mentioned at the time on my Instagram, like, that would be great for a makeup look. So we are going to see how many we need. I think this is going to be like a 9-pan color story. I think that will be enough. So let me get the palette out. So it has like a brighter, almost like navy shade, so I definitely want to go in with, I think, this shade here, which is by ColourPop. It's a navy shimmer, and this is called Quantum Sleep. So I think that's a nice one for our darkest shade here. And I think I just want to take it one step down. So I definitely want to go in with something a little bit more, almost like indigo purple, like a blurple kind of shade. And I've got 2 options here that I need to swatch. So let me take out the first one. So over here, we've got my blue-green custom palette with lots of indie singles. I think this is by Sydney Grace. Yes, and this is Fierce by Sydney Grace, so that would be option 1. And I've got this one right here, all the way in the back. This was kindly gifted to me by a lovely subscriber who had this double, so I'm very happy to now be able to play around with this as well. This is also by Sydney Grace, and it's JB, which I think is a brighter blue. Maybe not as indigo as I'd like it to be. What else? What else? Do I really have like an indigo like shimmer? Ooh, maybe some of these duochromes over here. These are either by Luxie or by Davina, or by Cleona actually. That's also another option. I think this may be nice. This is Nocturnal by Cleona, so I think that can be nice because it's very deep. It's got a nice bit of depth to it. Ooh. I actually think that I like the Cleona one best, which is this one, because it has the biggest shift. I think JB or Fierce can work too by Cleona. I think the JB shade is too blue. But the Sydney Grace ones, I believe, which is these 2 here. So Fierce is nice, but because Nocturnal has a stronger shift, that's why I'll opt for that. I think we also need a matte, so I think actually this shade here, this is by Inglot. It's a matte 388. That can be a nice matte to go in here, because it's, again, that sort of like blue indigo. I think it's nice to transition that into like a purple and like a pink shade now. How vibrant do I want this to go? I'm already seeing the shade I want. It's over here. It's another Sydney Grace one. As you will see, I'm going to do a dedicated Sydney Grace eyeshadow video, because it's like, they just warrant. This is like a warmer tone purple. It's called Deliverer. I think it goes really perfectly well with this. And then I think over here this one is gonna go in. So this is a shade I don't use a lot, and I almost decluttered it, and now I'm happy I didn't. This is Electro by Anastasia, and it's like a very soft pinky purple, as you will see when I swatch it. And now we sort of need that transition to those brighter shades. It's almost like there's a peach in the sky as well, and then it goes into that like bright, almost like white yellow shade. And I know which bright, like whitish yellow shade, what I want for that. And I need to go into my MAC palette. No, that's not the one that I want. I want something with a bit more yellow to it. And that would be Nylon by MAC. So that's going to be the lightest shade. So I now want to sort of join it up. And I think my ColourPop palette over here in the back, which you can't really see, that has a really nice, like, shimmering peachy shade. So I think that will be nice too. And this is, what's this called again? This is Ready or Yacht. So I think that will work nice too. I think, excuse me, I think I need another matte. Of course, I do want to put in something that might make it a bit more wearable. So I think I'll go in with this shade. This is MAC's Soft Brown. So then I've got a nice row of neutrals. And then I need to sort of transition that neutral into like the pinky purpley shades. And it's very nondescript. I can't really pin it down what it might be. And you know what? I think that what I just want, like I'm just looking at the entire array here, and the shade that pops out is right here, and it's by Makeup Geek. Because this is my Makeup Geek palette. And this is the shade Pop Culture. And it's like a periwinkle kind of shade. So I think this can really nicely transition with that and the blues. So I think this could be a very nice sort of curated 9-pan color story. So that would be the color story right there. So we have that navy from ColourPop, then we have Nocturnal from Cleona, then we have the Inglot shade right there. I forgot the number already. Deliverer from Sydney Grace, Electro from Anastasia, Pop Culture from Makeup Geek, and then Nylon from MAC, Soft Brown from MAC, and Ready or Yacht from ColourPop. So that would be color story number 1. Now moving on to our next picture. And this is actually one that I took a few months ago, actually, when I was on the train coming home from work or wherever it was I was going. I don't remember. And it is another like sky picture. So what colors do you get in the sky? We again have like a darker blue going into this lighter shade, and then it was a sunset, so it has these really nice warm oranges and a really, really vibrant yellow. And that vibrant yellow is where I want to start, because I don't have that many vibrant yellows in my singles. Like I've got some softer things and things that are leaning very green, but I don't have that many good yellows, and the best yellow I have is one by ColourPop, which is called Take Flight. So that's the brightest yellow I have. So I think I'm just gonna go with that, because that's like the only pure yellow. And I think in my ColourPop, I've got some good oranges. I don't have that many like true oranges in my single shadows, because I prefer cool tones. No. I think I want this one, because this is a really nice deep like bronzy brown. This is Flamethrower by Makeup Geek. This is going to be a very warm tone color story, I can already tell. And I've got a couple of like more like peachy tones in here too, in my MAC palette. So let me see what these are called again. It's been a while since I played with any of my MAC shadows, really. Yes, that's too pinky perhaps. I think we're gonna go with Coppering. That's what this is called, yeah, because it's got that reddish undertone, so I think that can work. I think that's nice. I'm very much looking over here, because in my Makeup Geek palette and also in my ColourPop one, that's where I've got some warm tones and some like brighter warm tones. Most of what I have is very sort of neutral and boring. But I think, who remembers this OG? Wow, I think everybody had this shade at some point. This is Makeup Geek's Chickadee. And it's sort of like that mustardy, orangey kind of yellow, which I think is in here too. I think the only true, like real, like bronzy shade, maybe this one from Inglot, but that's maybe, does have a bit of a reddish undertone, so that can work. But I was actually thinking of, is this mulch? I think it's called mulch. Yes. If we're going bronzy brown, then I think we're gonna have to go with that. I can go in with some murky, like bluish shades to go into that sky sort of situation. And also in the water, it seems to be almost like grayish blues. Now grayish blues, I have plenty of those. So I think that for that really like deep navy kind of shade in the water, I want to go in with this. This is by Nabla. It's called Blue Velvet. That's sort of like for like that really sort of deep navy kind of shade that we see. And then I think I need something perhaps a little bit brighter, but still like grungy and cool toned. This is going to be Sydney Grace. I know for sure. And this is called Deep Waters. So that goes very well with, again, some of those grayish tones. I'm not sure if it really goes with the picture, but it does seem to have a bit of like a teal towards the right hand side there as well. So I think I want to try this one. This is Anastasia Prussian Blue. I think that can work. I can go with 8 pans. I think this is okay. Maybe just something to liven it up just a little bit. Ooh, what can work really, really well with this? Oh yeah, I know. For that super bright, vibrant pop, we're gonna go in with Honey Lust by MAC. I don't know about you, but I would kind of buy that, even though I'm not a warm tone person. Hold on. Let me show this to you properly. So we've got the ColourPop shade, then Flamethrower by Makeup Geek. We have Copper Ring by MAC. This is Prussian Blue by Anastasia. We have, what was that again? Oh, Chickadee from Makeup Geek, Mulch from MAC, Honey Lust from MAC, which is not a great shade in a swatch, but it's very pretty in the inner corner or dabbed all over the lid. Then that shimmering blue is Deep Waters by Sydney Grace, and the matte dark blue is by Nabla and is called, what was it called again? Blue Velvet. So time for picture number 3, and this picture again has lots of warm tones, a lot of yellow towards the horizon, and then we have these fiery oranges almost, and we also get some really interesting, almost like thunder clouds, kind of grayish blues again. And I'm looking at everything that I have lying in front of me, and I'm like, I want this shade for sure. So this shade is a Nabla shade. It's called Virgin Island. And for me, it's that like sort of very light, palish, bluish gray shade that's in the cloud formation. That's what does it for me. And that fiery orange, I knew I was doing the right thing trying to keep this one for a moment here. This is another ColourPop shade. This is called Bready. So that's that fiery orange. And now we need to sort of starting to like more rounding it up. There is yellow in here, but I don't feel it's that vibrant warm tone yellow that the other picture had. It's more like towards white leaning. So again, do I have something that's a little bit more yellow toned? I think actually that this like pastel yellow by Inglot can make for a good addition for that lighter yellow towards the bottom. This is Inglot's Matte 364. So that's then nice matte to blend things out as well. And I think I want to go with some more like grayish tones because of what's in those clouds. So maybe something like this over here. Ooh, something a bit more gray toned. This is Concrete Road by Sydney Grace. And do I have anything else? It's a little bit more like grayish blue. What's this again? Oh, that's a different one. Oh, I know. This Makeup Geek shade is great too. This is Sorcery. And it's a really nice like gray tone that has a bit of a blue undertone to it. So that can work. I'm sort of like looking at some of the taupes I have going on here, but I think they're a bit warm for what I want to go for. So Beam Me Up by ColourPop is like a gray tone with like a purpley bluish kind of flash. Really, really pretty. And do we need anything else? So yeah, I don't think I have anything else that could really round out this color story. So we're gonna have to stick with this. 6 pans, sometimes that's just the way it goes. And there we have those 6 shades. So that's the Nabla shade called Virgin Island. That's ColourPop's Bready. That's the matte yellow from Inglot. This is Concrete Road from Sydney Grace. What was this again? Oh, this is Makeup Geek Sorcery, and this is Beam Me Up, which is like this silvery, bluish kind of shade. And now for the pièce de résistance, for the final one, I have another one that I took years ago. This is from 2015. This was back when I lived in Leiden, and this was an early morning, winter time, or no, springtime actually. I took it in April. So there's a lot of like stripes behind the windmill, and this is sort of like very cool toned blues. And sort of like with the reflection in the water as well. So I think it's sort of like very hazy blues, and I think a perfect hazy blue again came to me because one of my lovely subscribers had this one double and sent it to me. This is Oasis by Sydney Grace. It's just like sky blue, and there's definitely something bright here, but it's a bit more muted, and I feel that this is that perfect sort of like muted sky blue. This is like a grayish, oh yes, this will work. This is Noir by Luxie Beauty. This is Slade by Sydney Grace. And that's like a nice, like deeper grayish blue that I think goes really well with some of the colors in the water. I think this shade here, we haven't really gone into my Lethal Cosmetics, but this one here, can't remember what it's called, but this is Insomnia. I think this can be nice too. If I look more at like the colors in the water, where it's like reflected and very murky and like grungy looking. And we have that one like a bit of brightness. I do again want to go with some sort of navy in here. So we can go in with Abyss by Sydney Grace. I think that's nice. And then for something truly, truly deep, navy, and nicely grungy, because this is one of my favorite navies for a navy smoky eye. This is Inglot's 428. It doesn't say what kind of eyeshadow it is, but this is stunning as well. That I think can work. So this is a nice bright blue called Baseline. And I think this Lethal one. Is that too bright? It's perhaps too bright, huh? It's too bright. I think maybe this. It does go with the palette. So shall we just go in with this? This is a Neo Blue from, what they're called again? Colored Rain. But I do think it rounds out this color story quite nicely. What do you think? I know it doesn't reflect the picture the best, but I do think these shades all go together quite well. I do have to say though that this Noir shade from Luxie Beauty is perhaps a bit more purple than I'd like. Could have been more blue. So this is Oasis by Sydney Grace, Noir by Luxie Beauty. Then we have Slade by Sydney Grace. We have, what's it called again? Beam Me Up? No, Baseline by ColourPop. This is Neo Blue by Colored Rain. We have the navy from Inglot. Then we have Abyss by Sydney Grace, which is like a deeper version of that navy. So these go together really well. And then we have Insomnia from Lethal Cosmetics. So there you have it. Those were 4 color stories that I just wanted to have fun with. Some of these were more difficult, but then again, I find out how few warm tones I actually have in my singles. I definitely have some warm tones in my Makeup Geek palette and also here in my MAC palette, because at the time warm tones were just, well, I thought they were my jam because that's what everybody's recommending, but then I found out a bit better what I like, so that's why in singles, which I have been getting into more these past few years, I've been definitely sort of getting more like cool tones because I feel it suits my skin tone a lot better. Oh well. But that's just what I wanted to do in today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I will be back with a new video tomorrow with Single Shadow Week. And it's going to be swatching a single brand of eyeshadow for sure. I'm not sure yet where I want to start. Could be Lethal. I definitely want to do that. I want to do my ColourPop stuff. But I definitely also want to do my Sydney Grace. and possibly the Inglot or the Makeup Geek or maybe Mac. So maybe you can vote for that in the comments. I think, can you still do polls in the cards? I'm not sure, but vote if you want to see Inglot, Mac, or Makeup Geek swatched out like one by one. I'm pretty sure I have swatches on all of these palettes, but those lock bows are super old. But then again, these are some of my OG things. But yeah, I could do that for you if you'd like. Maybe that could be one video. I don't know. Let me know what you want to know, what you want me to do in a comment down below, and then I will make sure to keep the train rolling on all things single shadow. I definitely have other single shadows too, but you will see those in my single shadow collection. So thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.